Bruh, so this story is absolutely insane. And so what this story is about Andrew Cuomo's biggest sort of I don't know if you want to call her a partner in crime, enabler, general. I'm not really sure what you even want to call her essentially here. But she's the person behind the scenes who's enabling Cuomo to do a lot of this stuff, who's witnessing a lot of the stuff that Cuomo has done, and not only has done nothing about it, but appears to take joy in what's going on. And so this is Cuomo's top aide that you may not have heard of, and this is her right here on the right. So she is the secretary to Andrew Cuomo, okay? Her name is Melissa DeRosa. That is her name. It says, on a ranking of New York power brokers last year, the most influential person after Donald Trump and Andrew Cuomo wasn't the Assembly Speaker or State Senate Majority Leader. It was Melissa DeRosa, one of the few people to pierce the governor's fiercely guarded inner circle. DeRosa's unassuming title of secretary to the governor belies her clout as the three-term Democrat's highest-ranking aide. With Cuomo facing calls to resign over claims of sexual harassment and accusations that his administration undercounted coronavirus death data, she has emerged as one of his chief defenders. The ascent of the daughter of a powerful Albany lobbyist to the role of Cuomo's enforcer, like him known for expletive-filled phone calls, highlights how the governor surrounds himself with people, many of them women, who defend his well-documented aggressive demeanor, and they do so while helping him burnish his image of a governor who champions women's rights. It says, in an interview, DeRosa described the emotional cost of her job during the pandemic. Media accounts have reduced me to a caricature, but I'm a human being who truly believes in and cares deeply about government and public service. And blah, blah, blah. It's a bunch of fake stuff. This is literally just, fake Politician 101, where behind the scenes you're like this shrewd ass piece of shit operator, where you're just a sociopath, and you say, oh, I'm the victim here, the media is portraying me poorly, oh my gosh, I'm such a victim. And stuff Andrew Cuomo does as well, it's literally, power broker 101 essentially. It says, and for that work, DeRosa is paid more than even Cuomo by New York taxpayers, earning the second highest salary in the governor's office behind his special counsel in 2019. So she is pretty much like, again, that's his main enforcer essentially. And here's what it says. It says DeRosa cited in accounts by at least two of his accusers. She's also accused of asking state health officials to alter a public report that outlined the true extent of the number of nursing home residents who died, claims the administration has denied. And so her pick in the first place was already criticized because, she has family ties to a lobbyist. And obviously, as you guys know, New York politics are hilariously and comically corrupt. And so there's a lot of progressives that are rising over there, and hopefully that will change it. But as we go down here, basically what it explains is some pretty creepy and truly shocking stuff. So if you check this out, here's what it says. It says, DeRosa now features in the accounts of at least two of the governor's multiple accusers, former aide Charlotte Bennett, 25, and Lindsey Boylan, 36. Boylan named DeRosa specifically in her February 24th blog post in which she accused Cuomo of kissing her and inviting her to play strip poker on a government-funded plane trip, claims Cuomo denies. Quote, it was also normalized, particularly by Melissa DeRosa and other top women around him, that only now do I realize how insidious his abuse was, Boylan wrote. Boylan did not say DeRosa was present during the trip or kiss. Deborah Katz, Bennett's attorney, said descriptions of DeRosa and the high-ranking women in the office from her client fit a pattern among the sexual harassment cases she has worked on. Quote, when you have high-profile, powerful people who engage in repetitive sexual harassment, they always have enablers, said Katz, who represented Christine Blasey Ford in her allegations that U.S. Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh sexually assaulted her when they were in high school. That's another big deal. You're talking about having an attorney that was, representing Christine Blasey Ford. That's a big deal right there as, a defendant having that attorney. It says, in a previously unreported episode, Bennett told investigators that in May 2019, Cuomo called her into his office to, quote, get to know her and assess whether he could trust her. Bennett told investigators that he asked if she had a boyfriend, the length of past intimate relationships, and whether she would, quote, honor her commitments to the governor. Then Cuomo handed Bennett a copy of the lyrics to the Irish ballad Danny Boy and told her to memorize it. Later that day, Cuomo ordered Bennett to perform Danny Boy in front of DeRosa, and the director of the governor's office is Stephanie Benton, Kat said. She added that Bennett told investigators that she believed DeRosa saw how humiliated Bennett was, but dismissed the episode as, quote, hazing, and continued to watch with a mix of horror and amusement. So what you're seeing is basically behind the scenes, this woman is an incredibly massive enabler of Andrew Cuomo and normalizing his actions. And she actually gets, it seems like she gets off on this. Like, it's a really like fun thing for her to watch these women be taken advantage of and just straight up humiliated. I mean, when you hear this kind of shit, I mean, what is this, like a NFL team hazing, or what is going on here? Even the NFL and NBA has taken out most of the hazing at this point. It's clear that the Andrew Cuomo team is more of a gang than anything else. I mean, it's literally an us versus them. And Cuomo is very afraid of letting anybody into his circle. He doesn't want anybody that could potentially be disloyal to him. So that's why he keeps it so close. And behind the scenes, it appears that Andrew Cuomo really has somebody who's incredibly loyal to him, is incredibly sociopathic, takes, amusement in these kinds of things, and is normalizing these kinds of humiliation things that, Cuomo is having his, women aides take part in. So it's kind of crazy to really see what exactly is going on behind the scenes and what's happening right now. But she's basically been his only defender at this point. Nobody in the Democratic Party is really defending him. So she's pretty much the only one. So this is definitely a really big deal, man. I can't believe he hasn't resigned yet, but it's becoming more and more clear that Cuomo is just this sort of mafia boss who takes advantage of his aides, specifically women. And he also is so cunning and so, master manipulator type of person. He's recruiting women who are loyal to him and using that to weaponize against other women, and also to create a smokescreen to make it look like he's not abusing his women aides, which is just insane.